Hi, I'm Mike.
I'm Sophia, and we're excited to have you here for video 2, which is all about awesome visuals. It's about bringing your videos up to the next level.
Yes. So today we're going to touch on composition, lighting, and graphics, which is what we love to get into. So let's get right to it. First things first, visuals. We're going to start off at the top in knowing that how important that your visuals are, whether you're going to present yourself in a high standard, high quality way, because that puts a message into the viewer. Those people watching these videos, consciously or subconsciously, they're getting affected as to how professional the level of quality you do in the video puts into all the back end. Do they work that way? Are they professional on all the other platforms that they do? So that's huge.
Yeah, you're sending a message, a very clear message on, okay, do these people just, is it quick, not planned? It's just kind of busted out real quick.
Right.
Or are they all about quality, high level production, awesome visuals? 3 key aspects for obtaining awesome visuals. The first one, composition. The placement or arrangement of visual elements or ingredients in a work of art as distinct from the subject of a work.
Technical.
It's the definition of composition, but really, what is composition?
So we're talking about how you place the view of what you're capturing. You see these filmmakers always doing this kind of thing, walking around going, all right, what does that look like? If I were to frame that and shoot that in this direction, that's exactly what they're doing. They want to compose the shot so that it looks appeasing, it's appealing, and very, very attractive when people watch that.
Yeah, or you can have unattractive if you're trying to create an uneasy feel. True. But you don't want to have an uneasy feel when you're trying to build trust and have it be this, you're trying to create niceness and order and a sense of peace, and it's all, the composition's totally off and you're sending a completely different message. So you don't want to do that.
Or you take your iPhone, you're walking around.
Yes, we see this all the time.
Shakiness, and as steady as you can do. I mean, you can be as perfectly steady as you can, but we're human. So we're not perfectly stable.
We're not a tripod.
Yeah, we're not stable. We're not built in as a stabilizer. So there comes that whole idea of shakiness and making things very uneasy for those people watching your video.
Because if the next movie you watch, if it's an action movie, that's a great way to kind of watch it. When you see the camera shaking, that's when it's like craziness or something bad is about to happen, or it's an uncomfortable situation. And if you're like doing your marketing pieces and it's shaking all around, it's sending that message to your viewers of, number one, I'm gonna feel kind of sick after a while, and number two, it gives them that feeling of uneasiness. I know this doesn't have to do with composition totally, but think about that. Get a little tripod for your phone, or your tablet, or your camera.
Right, and we'll go into that further in the future. But we want to tap into the next one, which we have right here in front of us.
We could talk on all of this for hours, so we're going to have to keep cutting each other off.
So lighting.
Yes.
Lighting is the next big thing. Natural light, obvious, is our favorite. We love to get outdoors. We're adventurous. But you need to know the basics of how to achieve this proper setting of lighting, even when you're outside or inside, using natural to
artificial.
I always say unnatural, but it ain't right. Okay, So if you want to get great looking videos, one of the biggest components is lighting. Think about that. We'll get into it soon. And then also the final thing is graphics.
This is just graphics are the icing on the cake.
Yes.
It's not really the video itself. It's just that little touch, that little bumper, which is your intro, outro, your logo, or that thumbnail on YouTube that shows a nice little graphic that says, oh, video 1 in my series on this, and then it has your nice beautiful little head and smile there, and it just adds that extra to where you've got 10 videos on, like say someone Googled the top tips for marketing, and they've got 10 videos here to choose from, but the ones with the graphics, the nice looking thing, those are the ones that are going to get clicked on probably first because our eyes are drawn to it.
Right, exactly right. So we're going to jump now to great composition.
Yes.
The very first thing that we're going to get to is the rule of thirds. And there's a reason why it's a rule, is because there is a guide. It's a guide. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can't break that rule every once in a while. And again, like we talked about, uneasiness. And
if you're wanting uneasiness, then don't go with the rule of thirds.
The focus is what your intent, what are your goals of this video, what are you trying to do and reach, who are you trying to reach, and that will taper off and show you, okay, how do I need to compose this shot. So the rule of thirds, you want to give them the definition to that, or
Well,
give them a back end?
Well, they can see on this example picture. So it's just a grid. And most cameras, even iPhones, will have this grid that can come up when you're shooting. And so all you need to do is line yourself up, or your subject or your talent or whatever you're shooting up, or the horizon of the ocean, line it up with the rule of thirds, and that will give you a great composed shot. Also, you want to avoid, cutting people's arms off at the wrist or at their feet off at the ankles, or getting a shot where it's just from here up. Then it's going to look like it's just this like headless, or this bodiless head that's floating around. So those are other extra components to think about as well. But if you can just focus on the grid and really work on just using the grid, that would be, trust me, the look of your shots will improve greatly.
Yes, and we're not trying to hinder your creative side either, because there are ways to use that, like we talked about a little bit briefly, is breaking the rules to be creative. It still works out to be great. Comical, skits, things like that. If you want to make someone nauseous and make the effect like, okay, make them feel uneasy and show, hey, I'm going through some turmoil, but I want to change your life. And then you make it uneasy and then go to getting the easy, nice lit up shot, then there's your transformation. So
there just should be purpose behind it, is what we're really getting at, is what is the purpose of each part of your video, your overall video, and make sure that the composition matches that purpose, and the lighting, which we'll get to.
Right. But what we're noticing is people are not really using this rule of thirds.
Even though a lot of people say they know about it. They're like, yeah, I know about that rule, and I know about the grid, and it's like, but then why aren't you ever using it?
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty important. Make sure to go stick to it as much as possible, because there's a reason for it. It's effective. So our last...
Not last. We're not last. We have two more. Lighting. We're going to get into lighting. Natural. He's trying to cut off graphics. He's trying to cut you short. Just kidding.
So
just
lighting,
kidding.
Right?
Natural and artificial. So we'll start with natural. And we're going to go over a little bit of the pros and cons to shooting outdoors. So what are some pros, Mike?
Some really great things. This is why we love to get outside, because you get stunning visuals. The natural light puts such a nice view on the subject. Or if you're filming an actual area, this scene with a beautiful shot of the mountains, the ocean, whatever it may be, there's so much awesome things that happen in nature, and we love to capture that.
A green screen just doesn't compare. I mean, even if you put a stunning picture behind you, it still doesn't.
No, and that's a lot of work. When you go to work with a green screen shoot or things of that nature, you spend a lot more time in post. So this is one thing that a pro that may not be on here actually is less work in post. So you have stunning visuals. It's free, natural light. You don't have to pay for it. There's no expensive lighting required. You have to take your rig and set up all the exterior lighting. It's more fun, obviously, too. We love to, like we said, be outside.
You have more freedom. You don't have to okay, let's put up all the lighting, and now if we want to move over there, now we have to tear down all the lighting and move it over there and set it all back up again.
Right. It's definitely a pro when you work in the outdoor lighting. Now, cons. Let's jump into that.
Time. I mean, you're limited on time. I mean, there's 2 times of the day that's the time to shoot, which is the morning and then the evening, kind of right before sunset. But you don't want to shoot in the middle of the day. And why don't you want to shoot in the middle of the day, Mike?
The harshest light is actually the middle of the day. It's straight up over the top of you. It's coming down very brightly, and it's also causing shadows. So you end up having the raccoon eyes. You get shadows down below your nose, and then obviously on your neck. And those things cause visually disturbing things to happen. You don't look great at all.
No.
So keep in mind, that's a huge thing to shoot, like what they call the golden hour.
The golden hour is towards the end of the day. Or, gosh, you can did this shoot not too long ago at sunrise. Stunning lighting at sunrise. And so it's just amazing.
Right.
But there are some more cons. I mean, you might need reflectors. That's a cost, not a great cost, but a cost, or additional lighting. You don't want to mix light. Make sure it's daylight calibrated. The weather also, I mean, obviously we're in sunny San Diego, so we don't really have a lot of weather issues, but we do have uncontrolled environments. I mean, we've been out shooting and we have a model set up and we're right there with our cameras and someone comes walking in between. They don't care.
No.
They don't care.
That's not.
But anyways, that doesn't happen a lot. Most people are very respectful.
True.
But you can have a siren go by. It's just the point is it's not a controlled environment.
Yes. And now on to the artificial lighting, which is what we're using here in the studio. There's some great reasons, and we're going to get into that, pros, as to why to go in the studio and use this artificial lighting, and there are some cons. So let's jump into the pros right off the bat. First thing is you can shoot around the clock, any time of day. You have your studio set up, so you have to be flexible in some ways. I'm sure, as we are as parents, you've got a school schedule. You got to drop the little one off at school. You got this going on during the day, appointments to make. So then you have your studio. You go into the studio, set up your lighting, even if it's your living room. You know, that's not the issue. It's a matter of what time of the day is available for you. You're able to do it at that time. Set up your lighting. Controlled environment, like we talked about. A lot of times it's controlled enough to where you're not getting outside noises. It could be like we're experiencing today, the construction going on next door. There's noise that goes on, but for the most part, you can wait till those moments where it's quiet. It's a little more controlled. Position of your lighting, you want to make sure that it's in the right places. We'll get into that in a minute. And
that's a pro because you can position your lighting and how you want it to create that feeling that you're going for. If you want it harsh, it's emotional, you want heavy shadows, or if you want it nice and light and bright like this.
Right.
Where you're trying to create an easy, a nice, bright feeling.
That's right. So you can make it feel. And that's another thing we'll get into as far as sales. There's a piece of that really is an important nugget. We'll talk about that in the future.
I have to adjust my chair.
We're getting into the cons. The cons. Maybe this is one of the cons we should add to the list. And get a comfortable chair. No, but costs of things. The con is definitely a cost. It costs more to actually light things up inside. You can go the new route. Technology is advancing, so things are getting smaller, less expensive. That's a good thing to happen. I mean, it works in our favor. So, but you still have to put out a little bit of money. The knowledge of how to set it up. Put where you want it set up, framed up, and making sure you're hitting light from different directions, not causing those shadows to cross your face
or just like having it be right in front of your subject or yourself and it's really flat and it's just like there's nothing there. Everything blends in. You blend into the background. You're just bleh.
Yeah, so it takes some time.
Takes some time and a little bit of knowledge.
Then you want to make sure you're matched lighting. Sometimes you don't always have that. You want to take a desk lamp and you want to take a lamp that's made with LED, or you want to use your table lamp, and that is just going to be crisscross. It's going to make things feel differently because you're blending two types of lights. So, or you're
blending daylight with your LED, which is at a different temperature, and then it creates mixed lighting, which looks kind of mixed and blah.
Yeah, it just does not achieve what you're wanting to. So make sure that you're doing it correctly.
3-point lighting. So this is going to be your most common setup that you can use pretty much on every shoot. So the 3-point lighting system, you want to start with the backlight? Explain what that is?
Yes, this is one in my own opinion, we love to use a backlight. And the reason being is because it separates you from your background. It gives you that glow across the back of your head, gives you a little halo, it makes you look good. And what happens is, again, it gives you dimension. So you're not just flat blending in with your background. It makes you pop out from your background. So that's it's also called a hair light. We do that, and then the two front lights.
They're at 45 degrees from you.
Right, at a 45 degree, left and right side. Reason being, you take your key light, let that be the more powerful, potent light that's coming across from one side. It doesn't matter which, but that's going to light up one side of your face nice and strong. Then you blend that with what's called the fill, and it fills in, exactly that word, fills in the rest of it from another side. Doesn't have to be as strong, but it just gives that sense of comfort. One thing, you can even the light out if you want it to be
like right now. It's
right now,
pretty even. It's not
right
these
on both sides, and that's fine. It definitely goes what you're trying to achieve with your lighting. You can make things seem dramatic, and that is taking one side and making it less.
So you take the fill. So you just dial down the fill.
Right.
If you want it to be more intense, it's a more intense section of your video.
Yes, a little more serious. There's something.
Dial down the fill. So then you're going to have more of these shadows coming across. It'll be more of these harsh shadows, which will create more of that intense feel in your video. So
there's a little bit of a back end of the 3-point lighting system.
Yes.
And we love using that. So now finally, the last one. But we're on to the graphics.
You didn't cut it off.
So visuals obviously are huge. We love to see some awesome visuals. But like Sophia mentioned at the beginning, there are more click-throughs and conversions with a complete package. The audio, the visual, and
the graphics. So just like I've said, I probably said it even 2 times now. With those, you've got all your 10 videos on the side of what to choose from on YouTube. Get those graphics. Get those. You can do them on Photoshop. You can do them even on some programs that are built in that already come with your computers.
Yes.
And gosh, if you aren't, we're not going to get into how to do the graphics right now.
No.
So, but if you want to do them right now, gosh, just YouTube search it. There's tons of videos on how to set up graphics. So do that. And then if you want to set up an intro, outro, a little bumper, there's ways to do it. You can make your own. We make our own on After Effects, and we use VideoHive. You go to videohive.com. That's where we get all of our templates. They're inexpensive. They're easy. Most of the templates you buy even come with a video tutorial. So they'll walk you through step by step how to plug in your logo to this template.
Absolutely. If you're already a techie and you use Photoshop or in some way have a software that can build graphics, great. Use it. Take advantage of that because that's huge. You can save the money in that sense also, but there are other ways.
There are other ways. If you don't, you're like, what? What's After Effects?
Yeah.
That's okay. There's things like Fiverr.com. Just there, make sure you get a recommendation or you really look at the reviews because it can be kind of a gamble. I mean, you're only paying $5, but it could be really weird stuff you get back. So,
yeah, you want to achieve your goals again, getting nice, clean graphics. There's also Intro Maker, which we haven't used personally, but there are some great stuff that has come out of it through review. We see that being useful too because all you do is
you just upload your logo to the site. You pick out which template you want. They've got a bunch of different templates. I think the cost ranges from like $8 to $15 if I remember correctly, but it's somewhere in that range.
Right.
And then they create your intro, outro for you. And then you have it just to pop on. This requires some editing knowledge, whether it's iMovie or something. So please be aware of that. It's when you go to purchase these, you will have to put them then on your videos. So in there you can maybe hire someone else to do it, or
but we're gonna
learn how to do it, which we will teach you in the future, and we'll explain that.
That's one of our goals, definitely. So we're gonna get into video number 3 next. We're wrapping up now video number 2. We love the whole idea of making things look stunning and awesome. And then the awesomeness to that needs to be able to do its job. And that is to step into the sale and conversion part of it. We're not going to leave you hanging because otherwise it would just be one half of your moving forward in your business. We want to make sure that you're doing both of those, the best of both worlds.
Yeah, you can't just have something that sounds good and looks good and it connects with your audience. You need to also be doing this for building your business. And I mean, without sales or conversions, you're not building your business. So we're going to teach you how to incorporate sales and conversion tactics into your videos because we tell our clients all the time, you don't just do videos to make videos. I mean, it's great and you want to add value and you want to say what your company's about, but you should be using those videos no matter what the overall purpose of the video is to be driving sales to you.
That's right.
And converting.
So let's get into the next video, video number 3.